What is going on? Welcome to the stream. And in this stream, I'll be covering a little bit about what I've been up to lately and talking a little bit about Veve. So we're going to be talking, of course, about Veve, man. Of course. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'll be talking a little bit about what I've been up to. As you know, if you didn't, I got a new Web3 job. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And this is going to be in my own personal opinion. So none of this is representing any companies officially. This is just my personal channel, of course, as you know. So just want to do that, disclosure, if you will. And also, yeah, that's about it. So let's go ahead and just hop right into it. So no, in a nutshell, no, I did not quit doing Veve content. It's just been some crazy hours in getting used to essentially the new job, right? So I think I officially announced it like last week or so. I don't know if you were following my Twitter account, but I updated everybody there and on LinkedIn as well. Feel free to follow me on both of those platforms. But yeah, Veve's been kind of quiet, a little too quiet, right? So we've been seeing a few things, developments, nothing too crazy. We got some leaks from Reese about the OUP, which was pretty exciting, about the different, tiers, if you will. And so definitely going to be highly expectant for that. I do expect, hopefully it'll come out in another couple of weeks or less. If not, it's not the end of the world, right? We are in a bear market, so there's not like too much to go crazy about here in the bear market, because once the OUP hits, it's still the bear market, right? So but yeah, that's kind of pretty much it in a nutshell in terms of what I've been up to. Let me talk a little bit about the company I work for. So I will pull it up on the screen here in just a little bit, and so you guys can see what it is. But essentially, it is a layer 2 solution built on the Ethereum network, and it is called Myria. So Myria is it's powered by, similar to Immutable X, and it has ZK rollups powered by Starkware via Stark X. So let me go ahead and actually pull that up here, and I will show you guys what that's all about. It's actually really exciting. So yeah, let's just jump right into it and show you guys all about that. When is OUP coming? So a lot of people are expecting the OUP in a couple weeks. I've been kind of really following Foster Hill on all that information, and as well as HelloK. Those two seem to be like always kind of on top of OUP. Big on the OUP type stuff, but I follow it obviously as close as well myself. But yeah, hopefully we'll see that here pretty soon. I do expect it before the end of the year. So yeah, let's go ahead, and I'm going to do a quick screen share on the website here. So this is Myria. This is the Web3 company, aka layer 2 solution I work for. And yeah, this is interesting, right? Because they have lots of games coming to the platform. As you know, I'm super bullish on Web3 games. And yeah, what better way to not be even more bullish than actually work for a company that is surrounding itself with games, right? So there's a lot of cool things coming out. I play a lot of FPS, so I'm super excited about that. You can see Block Royale, Block Royale, Star Strike Legend. You even have cool, super fun social type games like Meta Rush and Metacart, which I'm super excited. Those are going to be super fun. They even have an alpha for Moonville Farms if you're into that Farmville type vibe and things like that. So a lot of stuff going on. You can literally see a huge update here on their platform of a lot of different games that are also coming. And I think they announced one today or yesterday, just depending on what part of the world you're in. Dragonary, you can see here, which has some pretty cool artwork. So a lot of these games right off the bat look really good quality in terms of just the concept art and just the, basically their promotional artwork. Very few platforms have super cool, serious games like this right off the bat. So this is why I'm super excited to introduce how I'm working for Myria, what I'm doing, and things like that. Yo, what's going on, SoCal? Omi homie in the house. Hey man, I saw you over at the Alluvium stream. So shout out to you, man. Thanks for being a channel member, by the way. By the way, channel member, it's like $1. You're welcome to join. Everybody's welcome to join that. I don't have any free NFTs, but what I do is I do reward members that are around my channel for a while, like 6 months to a year. I do airdrops for NFTs and collectible NFTs as well. And I was the first first person literally in the Veve community to do giveaways in the very, very beginning. And then as soon as I launched my giveaway, literally everybody started doing one as well. So that's exciting as well. Obviously, we'll be doing giveaways on the channel and things like that. So you guys are welcome to join the YouTube membership as far as that goes. And I'll be working with a lot of different games, studios, and things like that on possibly looking at allow list giveaways and things like that. So you definitely want to participate here on the channel for like $1 per month, right? And I only take home like 69 cents of that because YouTube likes their fair share. All right, enough shilling though, enough shilling. Is it weird I find your intro music calming, even steady vibe-ish? Yeah, it's actually lo-fi. It's Chill Step by Stream Beats, and it's created by Harris Heller. So yeah, that's that's probably why, because I think he based it off of that. He has a couple of soundtracks, one's Chill Step, EDM, and one's lo-fi. So it's very similar, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Let's see here, we got 17 people in here, concurrent, about 14. Yeah, share this stream out, and we'll just hang out and dive in. We'll even take a look at the Veve app and see what's going on there, or the cherry charts rather, and see what's going on. I'm also going to pull up my man God's Entry, his chart here on the OMU token, or actually this is the BTC USD perpetual contract 1-day chart on Bybit. And this is something he posted up here in my Discord. So you definitely want to go ahead, hop on over. If you're not already in my Discord, I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what you've been doing lately, but you definitely want to hop on over there. I've already done like allow list giveaways and things like that. Yeah, so you definitely want to check that out and be involved in the Discord. Even if you're just in there as a member, that's good enough, right? And you also get special badges right off the bat for being a channel member. You can see here, you got some Charizard. Hey, look, you even have Cavell up in the Discord server. You know what I mean? So we got Charizard. It's kind of like not super active in here, but I do plan on hopefully getting this a little bit more active. We got over 358 members in there. And we got God's Entry posting up charts in there as well. So definitely shout out to him for posting this up here. You can see head and shoulders type patterns here on the BTC USD perpetual contract on Bybit. And that does look like it's still in a downward trend. Now it did break a trend and go sideways here. So, in my opinion, looking at this chart, obviously it's consolidating 25K to 19K. Yes, this does have implications for Omi. So it looks like his target price is 12 to 10K, which is insane, right? I don't expect it to drop down that fast. I think it will just kind of do like a little bear trend down, right? So yeah, that's what I expect it to do as well. I never thought BTC, so I was like the only one saying out of all the Veve content creators that I wasn't convinced that BTC was done dropping. And it looks like that may be the case. Now, this is not financial advice. This is just entertainment and educational purposes only, right? So with that being said, yeah. So now that I think everybody's now on the same page, though, now that they've seen more Fed updates, they've gotten their data and all that stuff, and they've looked at the news, and I think they've all kind of concluded the same thing. It's like, we're going to be in more pain here in the short term, right? So yeah, I'm definitely going to stay out on the lookout for that, though. There could be some random bullish catalysts randomly. You just never know, but it just the outlook doesn't really look too insanely great in terms of the macro. But hey, no biggie, right? Because we're all collecting and we're all building in the bear market, so no big deal there. And I think games, like, this is why I'm so excited about games, because I believe it's going to lift crypto out of the bear when everything's going to align up and kind of be ready for that next bull run. And yeah, and you might as well get in early, because like, if you're in early in some of these games, like some of these games could be some of the biggest, or the next like Fortnite or the next Epic Games type of studios or platforms, right? And those, you definitely want to be involved early in that before it's like affordable, right? In my opinion, right? So that's why I'm so excited about it. You're only going to have this opportunity once, in my opinion. I mean, there's going to be future opportunities, of course, but this is like the biggest, like, I don't know. It's like this revolution happening in the background in the bear market. while like everybody's just chilling or people have left the space. And yeah, so I think it's vitally important to just be in this community and be learning more about the Web3 space as a whole. Did I read this title correctly? No. Yeah, so I just wanted to address it because I haven't done content like super regularly or VV content regularly. So I just wanted to update everybody that I got a new job, a Web3 job. So, and I was just talking about a little bit about what I've been up to, and I'm their community growth manager. So I'll be helping in running their AMAs on Twitter. I will also be helping out with a few other things, including a little bit of the influencer side as well. So yeah, hit me up if you are an influencer, content creator, or anything like that. Send me a DM on Twitter. It's Tiger Wilson on Twitter. Super hard to miss that spelling, right? And I post all my links like everywhere. So you should, if you're not already, follow me on Twitter. Make sure you head over there and send me a DM. But yeah, look at this. Like, just a quick update, not to like shill or anything like that. This is a tweet I just retweeted. It's been a huge 30 days for Myria. We've hit an incredible milestone with the launch of Myria L2 wallet, marketplace developer SDK, and allow list node sale. None of this would have been possible without dedication of the stellar team of 150 plus Myrians. Thank you all. And you can see a cool company picture here, which is super fun, right? So yeah, shout out to the Myrians here. Definitely one, I see this community going to be really big. So this is just the internal company, but I really do believe this is going to be one of the biggest gaming communities in the Web3 space. And that's why I'm so excited about this opportunity. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about that. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and everything. So yeah, if you want me to play more games on the channel, by the way, let me know. I wanted to stream a little bit more game content for everybody, but everybody's such a VV degen. So, but I do want to fully educate people on what's outside of VV in terms of just games and Web3, just to have fun, right? Here in the space, I still have my collection on VV and everything like that. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and see if I can just log into the cherry charts here as well off to the side. And feel free to chat here in the chat. This is a VV and chill chat too. So ask me anything about VV if you want to. And don't be afraid. I mean, just because you see your comments on the screen, don't be shy. Don't be shy, guys. I know, like, I see you people chatting in other people's chat all the time. You guys used to chat here on the channel all the time as well. So yeah, don't be afraid to chat it up here on the channel. So let's take a look at the market cap here on VV as well at the cherry charts. Shout out to cherry charts, by the way. We are kind of low right here. This is the overall market cap, kind of the lowest it's been this year, I do believe. So that's kind of something to be watching out for as far as that goes. Some see this as a as a opportunity to be buying some of these like grails and what have you, like for cheap. It does seem like we're kind of reaching or bottoming out because like this is like, if you look at this pattern, the trend is your friend, right? So this is like returned back to the mean down here. So 12, this is like what it was even like before that, right? So I don't think Todd is going to go down there. I think if anything, we're close to the bottom, like over here on this side. Slight like downward pressure, but yeah, in terms of like the whole market on VV, this is kind of the same pattern we've seen across like all grails. But I don't think this is going to go down too crazy much more. But I think we'll continue to see this go sideways a little bit. And I'd fully expect it to do like one of those cup and handle patterns that I've always pointed out here on the channel, where it like will return to the mean or return to the all-time high, correct a little bit, and then maybe possibly even go to a new level. But I don't know how long that could be, right? So if we zoom out, it could look like, something like this, where it's like right here. So it forms like that teacup and handle pattern, corrects, and then it kind of goes parabolic. So I don't know. In the long run, we could see a Todd McFarlane in the realms upward of, you know, 20k gems, something like that. Maybe between 15 to 20, and maybe find a new level. I don't know how far that's away. I think this has to like steep over time. You know, I think it's gonna have to do its thing. Just to kind of show you a little bit of comparison, let's pop on over to TradingView and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go to BTC. Let's go to a 1 month time frame. I don't know if it's gonna show. I guess Alex Becker posted something like on Twitter. So let me pull his up because he already did like the work on this chart. So this is kind of like a bad example. Let me go back to a day. Well, I guess it's kind of like right here. You got the classic, U shape right here. It corrects and then it goes parabolic. So that's what's something I could see here. But like this period was from January 18th or January of 18 all the way to January 20th. Or I keep saying 20th. It's the 2020. So it did take a couple years for this to happen. And it tried to do here and just kind of went back down, right? But overall, this is what the trend was right here. And then, of course, when it returned to the all-time high, it corrected slightly, and then it went parabolic to the next level. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and see if I can see what's going on here. So, yeah, fluctuations. We had double top. Obviously, it's went back down. And it's kind of returned to where it was before. So we'll see if it returns to like these levels down here. But yeah, that's the U shape right there. This is what I kind of wanted to point out of like how significant that pattern is. I think we could see that. Now, this is a 2-year time horizon, so I don't know how long it's going to take for Mr. Todd to go back up. It could be a while though. It could be a while. It could be like a year or two. I'm not going to even lie, before we could see it return to those all-time highs. It does take time for these things in patterns to form over time. I know lots of people might not want to hear that, but of course, you know, you never know. Like we could have a increase of collectors because these collectibles aren't going to follow traditional, like, I mean, even crypto is not traditional, but it could just do its own thing, right? Because these are super finite. These are only 7,000 of these, so you just never know. Clickbait a little bit. I just wanted to address it before, you know, it became a thing. People asking me like what I've been up to. Did Kyle quit the community? So I just wanted to get ahead of all that because with the last like cycle, you know, when I didn't do as much content, like people were saying kind of that. So I just wanted to jump out in front of it and say, no, man, I didn't quit. Before, you know, I addressed the potential FUD there. So that's how that goes, right? In other news, oops, let's back this up. All right, in other news, you know, OMI's below 0.0013, something I predicted, at least if, you know, I guess you're lucky enough to be in one of the chats I'm in, I guess. You know, this is something that I knew was going to happen here, is that we're going to dip below that 0.0013. I suspect we may go lower. Some people said 0.0011. I don't know. I don't know if we go to 0011, because we could go lower, right? I think the last time is at 0.0 here on the chart, 0.001067. So that's pretty much almost at 0.001 flat. I think we will go back there again. Now, this is something I was watching as well, is this Bollinger Band. You can see it squeeze really tight here. If we zoom in, that squeezed really tight, and then of course it popped, and I think it's gonna kind of trend downward a little bit more. I get, you know, you're gonna hear people, oh, I got people got buy orders in at these levels. Don't listen to them. Do your own, enter at your own where you feel comfortable at. Don't listen to what other influencers or content creators are saying, because it could mess up your strategy, right? So just be on the lookout for that, because if you truly believe it's going to go at more of a discount, like down here, or you think it's, I don't know, you could have a different perspective or outlook on it, and the last thing you do is want to follow other people's advice. Like they're like, oh, I got to buy order here, but now you could have bought it like lower in a week or two or whatever, right? Not saying that that's going to happen or Omi's going to go lower, but there's a good potential that it could, right? So these higher buy orders that people are saying, like, I wouldn't necessarily just like hold on to what they're saying and take that, as what's going to happen, right? Because it could create artificial buy pressure in that area, and then it could like you could have just bought it lower in a week or two. Anyways, that's all I got to say about that. That was kind of a mouthful. Let's see here. Wishing you the best luck in this new role, Phase. Hey, I appreciate that. 3GP Media says, what up, Kyle? Ecomi homie. Hey, what's going on, Omi homie? Let's see here. I don't see anything in the next year that's going to bring Veve back to what it was during the bot phase. Yeah, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to have to come down to user growth, obviously, to replace like those quote unquote bots. We're also going to have to see mainstream return to NFTs as well. I think Veve could be there as the like front runner of that as well. So definitely something that I think could happen. I could see, because I think too, the good thing about like metaverse and like Zuckerberg and Facebook building, like obviously they're like super bullish on the metaverse, they're evangelizing NFTs, specifically digital collectibles, and we know that Veve is at the forefront of that. So I could see that being a potential catalyst there if they speed up their development and showcase NFTs and roll those out. We know that layer 2s are the future of the Ethereum network. So I think it'd be nice if they could obviously include layer 2s in their showcasing of their digital collectibles, just because there's going to be so many projects building on layer 2s versus layer 1, right? Layer 1 is just not scalable in terms of like games and platforms. And so if Facebook's able to let us display our digital collectibles on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter's kind of already done that, right? In other platforms and social media, I think we're kind of onto something there. If we're able to display our collections like in a more prominent way, I think if Facebook is already going to do it. I've seen a couple of leaked images and things like that, so I think that's very interesting on that as well. So we need triple zeros. Hey, Kyle created the red circle. He sees too much of a legend to throw the towel in. LOL. Hey, that's very true, Kryptoni. That's big facts. That's big facts, man. Yeah, that's big facts. Let's see here. SoCal Omi says the Veve community is super passionate, but not large enough to sustain. Yeah. I think we saw just to go back like in time a little bit on the market cap. Like, man, like at the beginning of the year, we saw over $1 billion market cap. It almost went to 2 billion market cap, which is actually literally insane to think. Like, I cannot believe, like, oh, it did hit 2 billion. So for a day, I thought that was the case. So for a day, it hit 2.1 billion market cap. That is insane. So yeah, I think it is. I think it's gonna be a while as well, just because we're down so big, in the market, like from 2 billion all the way back down to 316 million. Like, that is so much money. That's just so much money. So it's hard for me to sell anything right now because it's so down. Like, it's like, what's the point of even selling at this low? Like, right? But yeah, I think it's gonna take a while, for sure. I think it's gonna have to be another huge catalyst and another huge push and excitement for NFTs as a whole. Just the NFT space, just, you know, the world is just, you know, not in a great position. Macro economy is not super great. So yeah, I'm buying ILV and IMEX holding 10 million OMI forever, as well as my grails. Yeah, exactly, man. I think that OMI is going to appreciate nicely over time. I think it's going to play in nicely while OMI's down. All that burning still going on in the background. It's cheaper to pick up now. So I think long run, OMI's going to perform super, super well, in my opinion. Yeah, it's the grails for sure. Yeah, the grails for sure. Yeah, I could see some other opportunities in the space as well. So I think that's what other people are doing, is that they're trying to like see, they're trying to weigh opportunity cost with what they have in their current portfolios. So I think that's obviously what had happened. I wish there's some guy that did a video like back in February or March. I think it was actually March. And I wish I listened to that guy, because I could have actually locked in some gains. And but yeah, I'm still sitting on pretty much like everything I've had the past since January, February. Now I just have to carefully like move money around in the Veve app to like maximize it. But yeah, like yeah, it's gonna be a while before we get back to it, for sure though. The all-time highs and things like that. So OMI trying to uptick a little bit here on the charts, nothing too crazy. Let me know what everybody else is looking at though in the macro market as well. Yeah, IMX here, they're down a little bit as well, kind of same trend. We're definitely gonna have to take a look at myria's token when it's out, which I think is slated for I think I don't know if I can publicly say when it's slated for, but I think they're shooting for like end of year or next year, Q1, something like that. But we'll see. That's a little bit of alpha for you right there, for the myria token. But like I said, I don't know. I literally started like a week ago, so I could definitely be wrong. So don't take that with a grain of salt. Still building my OMI bag. Patience. Hey, Dino Lang. Yo, what's going on, brother? Yeah, it's good to have you in the chat, man. Egg Gang United. Egg Gang, right? Still building my OMI bag. Patience S3GP Media. Yeah, that's really all. That's really what the game is, right? I think OMI's a big, nice, long-term play. We're just gonna have to wait it out, and it's just something to have like. It's almost like it acts like a retirement fund in a way. It's like, at least that's how I approach it. So I just look at it like a super long-term hold. And I think even Comics and Crypto did a video or some kind of interview with Jeremy Padower. I just saw a quick little snippet, how Jeremy Padower still super excited about OMI token and the ecomi project. So that makes me like still like excited about it as well. Decon may provide a bump. Yeah, so I think Decon could. Decon's typically, I think, you know, for your hardcore Veve fans and things like that, I think it creates a lot of excitement around the team itself. I think the team is dynamic. Dan, David, Reese, and the rest of the team. So I think that the team is really dynamic, and they're really they bring that energy at Decon events and create a lot of excitement in the community. And I think that gets people like re-hyped up about Veve as a platform and the company as a whole. So I do personally get excited about Decon. It's not necessarily the drop, just to see that the co-founders are out there in the hanging out with people and talking and spilling some alpha. We know Dan or David is the king of leaks, so we love that. We love the alpha that Dan gives us at the Decon events and things like that. So yeah, I could definitely see Decon building up some hype and some excitement there. We definitely got that with the London Decon for sure. So I wish I could go. I don't know if I'll be able to go to the upcoming Decon in LA, but I'll definitely be watching here on the sidelines and things like that. I will go one day, though. Mark my words. I will go one day, and I'll be excited to meet everybody at one of the events. Is it true that everything is too far down to sell? Oh, it's true. But it also matters what you immediately buy back into if you're invest into something with more of an ROI. Yeah, Kryptoni, I totally agree. What are some of the collectibles that everybody in chat is collecting right now, or are you kind of holding gems right now? Let me know in the chat like what your moves are. Are you guys collecting? You know, what collectibles are you excited about? Are you excited about some of the grails? Are you excited about the comics? There's like a whole list of comics that could potentially be nice plays in the long term. I think here, you know, I think that the grails on the collectible side have actually more rocket fuel underneath them than some of the actual comics. I think very few comics will have the rocket fuel like the collectibles, because the collectibles are FA, which means it's the first appearance of that character and it's in their full form on the blockchain. But I do have select comics that are like historic and are worth a lot of money in real life, and I've collected a few low mints in there as well. But personally, I don't want to overextend into comics. You know, if I was a comic book collector like Sleeping Comics or Comics in Crypto, and even I think it's Elite Comics now. I think not Elite Comics, but Giant Comics. Yeah, Giant Size Comics. He's another great comic collector in the community as well. Yeah, if I was super into comics like that, I would feel a little bit more comfortable investing into comics like that. But those guys are like prolific level comic book collectors, and I wouldn't necessarily do exactly what they're doing. So you just always want to be aware of that. Like, those guys are on complete elite level comic book collectors, right? They live, breathe, and eat comics. And even to like a Veve person that's initiated into the community and knows that already, it's still going to take you a while to learn really like deeply like those guys have that knowledge in comics. And obviously that's why their channels have done so well. People do learn from those comic book collectors. And you know what I've noticed too is that outside of those comic book channels is that the comic book channels in macro have grown. And I 100% believe that it's the Veve community that are growing these other comic book collector channels that have nothing to do with Veve. Some of them have mentioned Veve before, but a lot of these like other comic book collectors that just do physical comic book videos, their channels have exploded this past, like, since Veve has been launched. Like, it's been actually impressive to watch that. And I don't know if they understand it, and I watch all their chats and their comments to monitor that. I'll see some Veve people in some of the chats and comments, but I find it very interesting. And yeah, it's like I feel like it's the Veve community that's made their channels grow significantly over the past year, due to Veve having so many like Grail comics on the app. .3GP Media says buying into SR Comics and OMI tokens, buy and forget. Yeah, that's a good way to approach it, to be honest, right now, is just buy, forget it. And, you know, as a matter of fact, I got to take care of some stuff on my own too as well. You know, I would love to be stacking a lot more OMI right now, but, you know, we got to take care of some things and get some things in line before I can make that happen. So yeah, join that YouTube membership if you want to help support the channel, and it helps support me as well. So yeah, but yeah, so I totally agree with that though. I personally have to move my stuff around in the app really strategic. So I'm not just gonna like throw out like not wild, but I'm not gonna make recommendations here on my channel that I'm not personally doing myself. Really, I mean, I can point out like obvious comics that are obviously worth a lot in real life. But also, They traditionally have not performed very well in the app just yet. Those are long-term holds, right? Like you have Werewolf, the Werewolf comic, whatever that's called. Midnight, what is it called again? With the Moon Knight, that's a good one. And there's a bunch. I mean, there's literally a bunch on the app. The Daredevil, the Ghost Rider, like there's a bunch, and they just haven't historically performed super well, especially obviously because of the bear market. That's the big major reason, and the user base. But I think with the relatively low or with the user base we have right now, I think that the collectibles can still do well and select comics. And that's what I'm focused on personally. So now if you're a long term and you got that liquidity to do so, by all means, right? By all means, if you have the liquidity, you have that collector knowledge, like some of these people in the community, by all means, right? It sounds petty, but I'm not too bullish on comics because they aren't exact replicas. The ads are sometimes the best part, and Veve took them out. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like, speaking of the ads. Oh, this one's got a backer on it. Let me grab this one. Hold up, let me grab a... Let's get the Todd McFarlane comic. Yeah, speaking of ads, like you got ads here on the back of this comic. To me, that's pretty iconic. It's like a snapshot of history and time here. This TSR, Top Secrets. I don't even know what this is. It's like an 80s like ad on the back. It's super hilarious. But yeah, you can even see the date, 1988. This was a year before I was even born. Not to give away my age, by the way. But yeah, you have like ads and stuff on the back. That's super iconic. And that's how you can tell it's a first print, is you got the ads on the back. And then, of course, if I was like to open this up and flip through the pages, you'd see like obviously like advertisements and things like that. Sadly, I'm having to let this go, by the way, sadly. So unless you want to donate a bunch of money to me, but no, totally kidding. I'm having to let this poor guy go, man. I'm keeping the statue back there though. So FYI, if you want a 9.8, you want to get it for me, you can send me a DM or just buy it on eBay. So I gotta have that liquid, man. That's it's a bear market vibes, and hopefully I'll be able to buy it back in about a couple years from now. Buy like 5 of these in about a year or 2 from now. So but yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate I have to let this go, but you know, I'm up a little bit on this comic, not much, but I definitely need to lock in the gain. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna lock in this gain. Super sad to let this guy go, but yeah, if you're interested, it's gonna be up here on letter A. No, totally kidding. If you watch the comic guys, they always have like the letters of the alphabet, and they'll put up a comic on the letter, and then you bid on it or say, I want that comic. It's kind of funny. I tune into those streams on their channels quite often, but now I gotta put this back up. One sec. All right, see here. What happened to the music? Oh, it's changing songs. Let's catch up with the comics again, or yeah, comments, not comics. Let's see here. It sounds pet. Okay, yeah, I read that one. 3GP Media says more usage with comics, i.e., read them. What do you do with collectibles? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've heard that argument before too. Hey, I'm not like against comics on the app. I think, I mean, I still have, like, this is a newer, it's like paying homage to that Tales of Suspense. This is the FA of Hawkeye. Yeah, so this is obviously a new print. You know, $3.99, the $3.99 print. So yeah, I'm still learning about comics, but I'm still super bullish on the comics on Veve, especially like the Amazing Fantasy 15 and the other comics I named earlier, the Daredevil, like all the FA of like significant characters. Yeah, I'm really excited about those comics, but the rest are going to be for fun for me personally. Some of the comic book collectors are collecting kind of like all the historic comics in a nutshell, but I want to pick the ones that have like the most firepower in a bull run or something like that, or even it could be like a random catalyst, or like people could just get all of a sudden excited about one of those comics. Those are the ones I'm kind of looking for. But it does help you with the MCP. So some people are stacking comics specifically for MCP as well. So that's something that to take into consideration, or put that in your strategy pocket, if you will, and do that what you will with that information. What's the physical Todd mint number? The physical, let me see here. Remove my little Veve plaque, my little clear one. I got this in a package, by the way, that Veve sent me. It could be yours for 1K. No, I'm totally kidding. Hang on, let me grab this without hurting my statue. So this one, I actually have a couple of Todd statues, but this one's 4,008. I don't know if I want to say because somebody's gonna go out and buy it in the Veve marketplace. Now, that's the number right there. 4682. Let's see here. Whippets Run says no one reads the comics. It's about the cover in history. How's the streaming coming in, by the way? It's saying that it's like not receiving a lot of video. Let me know if it's receiving video. It says we're good on my streaming software, so give me a thumbs up if the stream's still coming in good. It's about the cover in history. Yeah, I'm really big into the art. Yeah, like give me a 1 in the chat if you're like really into the cover art itself and like the detail and all that. Like for me, I love a comic with I come to like learn about myself in comics and like what I like. I notice I like that red orange background. It really draws my attention. That color scheme specifically. I've looked into other comics and I was like, I really like that comic, and I discovered that it's the color that I really like. Secret Wars, the FA symbiote suit, I think it is, has very almost the exact same color scheme. I noticed, like, it has obviously the symbiote suit, and in the background it's got that like reddish orange background. And I don't know, like, and I noticed that's like a expensive comic. It's like almost the same price. But yeah, like I'm really into the artwork and things like that. Still wish the ads were there though. Yeah, that would be really cool. Unfortunately, obviously they would run into issues, and like, advertisers would get upset, and Veve would get upset because it's free advertising for those advertisers, and they would have to sign a contract like that. It just seems like a big mess to have those added in, although it would be cool because it's like kind of like an archive of that comic. But these are still licensed comics. I don't think necessarily having the ads in there takes away from like it being the first asset you can own outside of IRL, right? Maybe they do like the ad thing in the future. I think that would add an element to modern comics. So if Marvel decided to drop modern comics and they wanted to maybe put ads in there and came up with a contract with Veve to do that, I think that would be cool. I think that would definitely add to the experience. It might be annoying to some people though, so you just never know. Maybe if you stick enough homie, you get rid of the ads. That would be actually pretty funny. It might annoy some people, but I don't know. 3GP says, I've got kids, so if the ROI doesn't happen in my lifetime, it might in theirs. Hey, that's a silver lining, you know, generational wealth. Yeah, I collected some of these knowing that some of them might not be valuable in my lifetime. I definitely had put that in my frame of thought for sure on Veve. Like what's gonna be like passed down as a super highly collectible NFT, and I think that definitely could be the case with some of them on the app, and I think a lot of the comics on the app may be that way as well. Obviously, like the Grail comics, you can't take anything away from that. Like, but yeah, I think some of them are just gonna ferment big time over time, or they'll just continue to do like mature out on the like what their prices are, right? So it's going to be like that gradual over time, it goes up in value, just like what we've seen with these comics. I mean, this comic is like from 1988. That's old. That's like 30 plus years old. So and that's worth $3,000. But you know, with these NFTs, obviously I don't think they're going to take that long with some of them, like the first appearance of Batman. I don't think it's going to take 30 years. Like, I think it's already priced in to a degree. And I think they're going to go up and appreciate over time just because they're finite, you know, it's finite. So that's already like built into it. So plus the metaverse, I think that adds a big element into it, is the ability to flex now, like light quick. Like we can flex in a heartbeat. Without having to think about it. We could just share it on social media, and I think more applications are going to come. You're going to see like more, what is it, that one everybody's trying to build in right now is spatial. You know, I think that's going to be more of on the, it's going to go more mainstream, whether it be spatial, whether it be Facebook Meta or whatever, right? I think we're going to see more of those experiences, and when we're able to share collections like super easy, or people can see our pads in the metaverse, I think that's going to be another factor. I think that's a ways off, but I still think that's going to happen though. Good point. Still wish the oh, okay, yeah. So I read that comment up here. Cool. Let me take a drink of water. I'm gonna low-key add some products to this to this stream. Some couple mugs. I guess I got greenlit to sell ecom products here on the channel as well. So I'm just kind of been testing that out. I don't think anybody's bought anything here on the channel because it's literally just a red circle. So, but if you want one, help support the channel. I only make like $4 or $5 per thing. So it's not like I'm getting rich. Let's see. Also, YouTube has the AdSense or whatever, like what you earn for making videos and content on YouTube, and like monetizing it with ads is been significantly down since the bear market. So since people aren't really looking into NFTs as much and not as excited about it as much as at the beginning of the year and last year, the earnings have went down quite a bit. So, you know, you really got to push out a lot of content just to make I don't even know. Like, I guess it's like enough to where, you know, for some people it could be like they could pay their car bill, you know. So, but it's like a lot of work to pump out a lot of content. But that's just something to, you know, notate, you know, when you're watching other streamers or other content creators, is like their revenue is down big time. And so, yeah, it's like we're not out here making a lot of money putting out videos, because I know that like people are thinking YouTubers make a ton of money from YouTube. That's not really the case. You have to really advertise in terms of like having sponsors on the channel and things like that. That's how you kind of make, that's actually more profitable than doing content and relying on just YouTube revenue, right? Now, memberships help, of course, but you know, that's again, like YouTube takes a cut of that. I think like 30%. So it's not like you're making bank on that either. But yeah, it's very interesting, right? And I think Google Trends, like we can take a look real quick on that and just like look at the trend in terms of NFTs and things like that. So let me see if I can pop on over. Yeah, let's take a look at Google Trends real quick. By the way, I'll have next week, I believe I will be interviewing Kieran, the CEO or the founder of Illuvium. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to doing next week. So be on the lookout for that as well. By the way, I'll be talking about like the collectible asset aspect of Illuvium. I believe it's like the Pokemon of the NFT space, and I say that with kind of full conviction. And I've seen a lot of projects try to rip Pokemon off directly, but what I believe is Illuvium's creating something unique and their own IP and brand and their own game. So I'll be talking about that with Kieran next week, which I'm really excited about. So be on the lookout for that. FYI, a little bit of alpha there. That's not public yet. I haven't promoted that, but yeah. All right, let's take a look here. We have NFT. Interesting, right? Look at this. Azuki Bean. That's one of the macro NFT projects. It's spelled wrong, but I think that's spelled wrong, unless that's how you spell the Azuki Bean, unless they have like that spelled. Also, Madonna is doing a drop on one of. That's very interesting. That is trending. I guess people really want that Madonna NFTs. I think they're actually doing one on Virtua and then one on, literally it's called One Of. That's the NFT platform. I've covered it on the channel before. Maybe Melania Trump's doing an NFT. I'm not sure. I think they've tried to do one in the past. Oh yeah. You see the related queries right here. Madonna NFT, Magic Eden. Okay, so yeah, I think Melania's doing one. NFT NYC 2022. I don't know why that's all of a sudden like going viral. Is there another NFT NYC event again? Yeah, so you can see here the interest was at an all-time high, literally 100 interest at June 16th through the 22nd. Sorry, my phone was buzzing, and then now it's down to a 9. So we are like literally down 10x, essentially. Down 10x, like that's crazy. Down 90%, or like down pretty much 90%. That is crazy. So that's pretty crazy. I think we're kind of approaching the bottom though, in the good side of it, right? But we'll see. Let's take a look at crypto. Crypto, some kind of similar. We saw NFTs outperform crypto in January, but it too has been on a downward trend. People searching for Biden executive order crypto, Everglow crypto, Tectonic crypto. I don't even know what those are. Never heard of those in my life. Matt Damon crypto. Wonderland, Chronos, Brave, Squid Game, crypto. Interesting. Let's type in Veve and see what people are searching for. Let's delete this one. Remove that one. Let's remove NFT because it's going to have a lot of search volume. Same. So Veve was at 100 in November. Interesting, 2021. And then January, actually 61. That was like the all-time high. And that's actually a lower trend volume than back in November. And then, of course, now it's at a 6. Oof. From 100 to 6. Literally, like, nobody's searching for it in these, like, random states up here. What's up with you, Midwest? Midwest states? Northern Midwest? What's up with that, man? What's up with you? I think that's, like, Vermont up there, or New Hampshire as well, with no search volume up there. Very interesting. Related queries that are trending: Veve cash out, Veve Disney NFT, Veve bot, Veve upcoming drops. Hey, why are you guys searching for Veve bots? What the heck? Anyways, Veve upcoming drops, how to cash out on Veve. So yeah, those are some of the trending searches there. Very interesting to say the least there. Yeah, I think these are good. Like, it's starting to get to a really good level too, especially for new users getting into Veve right now. Is like eyeballing like some of these collectibles that are like super cheap right now, and I think they'll probably continue to go cheaper. If I would just guess on it. I don't know if they're gonna go much cheaper, some of these, but I think the market will go down a little bit more, and people will be able to pick up some of these NFTs on a little bit cheaper than what they are currently. Do home sales? Oh, on the Google Trends, you mean? Yeah, we could. I think the housing market is gonna the housing market is about to be due for a bust as well. So nothing is safe in this market. Nothing is safe. All right, well, that's pretty much all I really wanted to do for this stream, is just kind of talk about Veve, chat, chill a little bit, and talk about my new Web3 job. You guys can definitely ask me about that. Again, if you missed the introduction or the beginning of the video, I work for Myria, a layer 2 solution, and they have they're focused on building games. Or I'm sorry, they're focused on obviously the layer 2 part and having games on their platform and providing a marketplace to sell these NFTs and much more, right? Very not too different than some other layer 2s, but I think what they have right here that makes them different is they have like pretty solid games to choose from right off the bat. I think some of the other marketplaces, you have to sort through a lot of junk to find like games, but here you can see that right off the bat, you can see that it's all about games, right? Now I think they'll have like your PFPs and some other things on the platform, but I don't know, it just looks like it just looks good, right? It just looks good. LOL. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that on another stream, do the housing market. Let me know what content you guys would like me to cover. We did cover on the main channel here. We covered Legions and Legends by Azure Games. We definitely got a tweet. They retweeted me on their Twitter, which was kind of nice. That game, they're ex-game developers from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Definitely you should check out that video. I definitely want to do a lot more gaming content to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, we got the shout out here from Azure Games. I got over 110 likes and 39 retweets. Not bad. Appreciate everybody that liked that and shared it. Much appreciation. I've been looking into Geno Pets as well. This one's, I got a beta invite here, and it's like Step In, or like it's like one of those move to earns, but it's like kind of like move to earn, but it has like this Pokemon type of characters that you level up and things like that. This one's got like a lot of like traction, surprisingly. Like I think their Geno Pets are like 15 soul, like which 15 soul, let's take a look at how much that is. 15 for like the Genesis ones or whatever. Yeah, 482 bucks. So I'm looking into this one a little bit. I downloaded the app and kind of started playing it, messing around with it a little bit. So definitely looking into that one. What job did you get? Their own game currency. I'm not sure what you mean about the currency, but I work at Myria. So Myria right here with their, it's a layer 2 solution with super high throughput. You have 9,000 per second throughput with 0 gas fee. And it's built on the Ethereum network. ZK rollup powered by StarkX and Starkware. So yeah, look at this. They got a lot of games on here. They have a professional cricket player launching his game on here as well. And then you got a bunch of like battle royales and FPS and some really cool, fun looking games on here. CyberX looks really fun. Dragonary, I think they just announced. Oh, yeah, like they have it slated, Myriad token. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Feel free to throw something in the chat or ask me anything. I'm definitely open to answering questions and talking Veve. So if you have anything you're collecting or want to ask about Veve, drop it in the chat and let's talk. Let's chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. And be sure to, you know what, if you enjoy the stream, helps break through that that algo, if you know what I mean. And drop a comment as well. That always helps if you want to. This coffee tastes awful, but I was up at like 3 a.m. last night, so I'm like super tired. So I'm drinking coffee at like 5 p.m. right now. It's pretty crazy. Maybe we'll just keep streaming. We'll just do like a 48-hour stream right now. Let's just bust one out. Totally kidding. I would die. Like my throat's already kind of shot just from doing like an hour. Yeah, it's been about an hour since I've been streaming. It was good though. It's good to catch up with everybody. Kryptoni, it's always awesome having you in the chat. SoCal, Omi Homie, 3GP Media, so many others. Dino, the last dinosaur, was in the chat. Egg Gang, Daniel Marquez, always commenting. Much appreciated. Pal, Zachary Roy. Yeah, if we have any other content creators or influencers in the chat, let me know. If you're doing a live stream later, let me know too. Love to hop on. Now, Star Wars, I think, came out today. Star Wars Andor. Maybe we'll... If some of you have like that stream and share or whatever you can watch together, let me know. I don't know what that would look like. I've actually never used that feature on Disney Plus before. It's made for like families, so I don't know how that works. But Veve Arcade, what's going on, man? Congrats, Myria, looks cool. Hey, appreciate that, fam. Loved your video. I saw your video up on Twitter the other day. I think you were on Superstar channel, the Superstar channel, and yeah, I saw that snippet and it was really cool. I loved it. I just watch so much Veve content and so much content. I always forget some of what was said in the actual content, but anyways, I liked it. I like what you said. I think you got to remind me what you said in that clip, but I enjoyed it. Veve content creators are still running strong, man. That's for sure. There's no bear market in Veve content, I don't think. So yeah, I think people are still doing Veve content, which is really cool to see. I love to just kind of watch everybody's content nowadays. Now that it's a bear market, I have a little bit more time just to see what everybody's saying and like what other people are collecting and finding on the app. I find it really interesting, and one of the things I found interesting was people talking a lot about bots and like, oh, this collectible was like botted heavily back then, and which that like they add that into their collecting strategy, which is interesting. It was talked about a little bit before, but I think it's been brought up again. And so I find that very interesting. What I find actually really interesting is the season 1 collectibles are the least botted, I think, on the entire app. And of course, like these later collectibles and comics, but these later comics and collectibles don't matter as much, except for the select, like obviously like the AF-15 and like the super iconic stuff. But the season 1, like super early beginning, there's a lot of really good FAs in there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Those are like the least botted. I think those are the most decentralized in the app. And that's why I always like looking at Todd McFarlane for that reason, to kind of see how the app's doing as a whole, in terms of health and things like that. Just because it is the least, in my opinion, the least botted, a lot of the season 1 stuff, and you can kind of get a real pulse on the market, looking at some of these like early season 1s, especially like the GOAT, one of the GOATs on the app, which is the Todd McFarlane. But yeah, anyways, like I always like looking into that stuff on other channels. What, like, if I can find little golden nuggets to help me better myself on the Veve app, then I will take the time out of my day to watch that content and better myself there. When I have time. Now, those hour-long videos, like these streams I'm doing right now, I don't watch those, to be honest, because they're so long. They're so long. I like to tune into them, though. I'll tune in. I typically don't I have 2 kids and all that good stuff and a job, so I can't stay on all of them all the time, but I try to make my rounds around the community. I'll have to... Yeah, maybe we'll get some people here on the channel again as well. How do you feel about sub 41 mints starting to circulate? I think it's great. I think those are really great. Those are going to be OP, man. I think if you can get your hands on one of those, I think those are going to be nice to have. They have a lot of clout, so I think they will do really well, long-term, short-term, whatever. Yeah, I think those have a lot of clout, and I think those will continue to do well, regardless of what market it is in. But I think they're going to be less liquid than your higher mint. So people can usually usually buy what they can afford. And when you can, when you're looking and comparing a 40 mint next to a, I don't know, 300 mint, the 300 might be like 300% cheaper. So you're just going to get that 300 probably if it's not in your budget to get that, sub 40, sub 41. But if it's within your means and you can do that, that's a nice cherry. That's a nice little pickup. And we've seen it before. We've seen like people like Lewis Morgan cherry pick some of those mint numbers and things like that. And I think those will continue to be valued, highly valued, right? What's up, Kyle? Enjoy your night, bud. Cheers, says Veve Las Vegas. Hey, welcome into the chat, man. Much appreciated, Veve Las Vegas. I'm assuming you're from Las Vegas. Let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, by the way. Love seeing people all over the world in the chat. We used to get a lot of German people in the chat, actually, at the beginning of early last year. A lot of people from that area, Austria, Europe, and things like that. I used to do a lot of early morning streams as well, so I got a lot of, like, I guess, evening folks from Europe tuning in, like getting off work and stuff. So that was always fun. Now I'm kind of backwards, streaming late here in the afternoon or evening. How much for Veve logo? Hey, Super Rush. What do you mean? Which one? Like this one? Like that one? Or like the gold one on the app? Or like the gold one on the app? I got the new iPhone 14. I'm really pumped about that. Hopefully it'll tie into like the AR glasses or the goggles. I'm really pumped about that. But this runs super smooth. I haven't done a drop on it, a Veve drop on it yet. But geez, like look how many like this is the first time I had the iPhone with 3 camera thingies on it. But camera's okay. Yeah, I had like an iPhone 10. Like it was so old. And I still landed Veve drops on it, so that's obviously exciting. Hopefully I'll get to stream on this guy a little bit when I go out on adventures. I sold one of my Boba Fett's, man. I'm sad to let him go, but I sold him. I do have my eyes set on something on the app that has really caught my attention, and I'm gonna try to pick it up, but I have to sell off a couple of things, unfortunately. But like I said early in the stream, I'm gonna try to move the money around in the app super strategically. So I'm not really putting any additional gems in there. I'm just gonna try to move around the money and, you know, try to get those gains locked in. Arcade is in Vegas. Lived there for a year. Love it. I am in southern Maine coast at the moment. Oh, that's interesting. Maine. That's like way up there. You're almost in Canada, eh? You're almost up there. I think. Who's from Canada in our community? We got Chad, NFT Pirates. My Collectibles honestly sounds like he's from Canada. Like, I think My Collectibles lives in California, or maybe it's Rob Stuff. Maybe My Collectibles does live in Canada. He sounds like he's from Canada. Is My Collectibles from Canada? He's always like, how about that, eh? Like, there's a little accent there. Chad's got a little accent. You can't really notice until he says about, or like he says about. Sorry, I'm picking on Canadians a little bit, but I can do that because Canadians and Americans get along really well. Obviously, it's North America, so. My Collectibles is Canada. That's what I thought. I knew I heard the accent in there. I was like, there's no way he's from America. It's always fun, though. The accent's always really fun. Yeah, MC Canadian, Kobe up there, too. Oh, Kobe, that's right. I remember Kobe. Kobe actually surprised me because, like, I don't know. It just seems like he'd be from, like, Oregon or Cali or somewhere, like, super West Coast or, like, super... I don't know. Yeah, I think I learned about Kobe recently from Canada. Kobe's a channel member, man. Kobe's an OG. Before... yeah, I was watching Kobe stuff. He did the pack unopenings and Pokemon. I didn't know he had a channel. It's grown quite significantly since he's been in the Veve community. But yeah, shout out to Kobe Collects, man. Definitely sub up to his channel. Very fun content creator to watch. He pops on everybody's channel every so often. How's the iPhone do with packed Veve showrooms? You know what? I don't know. Let's find out right now. Let's go to my season 1. Let's go to the Oasis right here. Let's actually blow it up on the screen. All right, let's load it in. I think it's got like, I don't know how many collectibles it has in there. I have I used to have all 3 Ultramen guarding the entrance of my showroom. I think I had to sell that Ultraman A suit right there in the front, though. Somebody bought it for... Actually, I don't know if anybody bought it. I can't remember. So I don't have any files like downloaded on the app because it's a new phone. So we're getting like a live... Now this is primarily like the download speed is going to be based on the internet, my Wi-Fi, and T-Mobile. And more so, or at least my Wi-Fi. All right, so there you go. It wasn't too bad. Now the graphics on this phone are like way better than my old phone. Like significantly better. Actually, the Veve app just looks way cleaner on a new iPhone. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't believe I've been missing out this long. Like, it looks way better. The showroom looks brighter. The old showroom. This is my old showroom. Like, look at the detail of that Todd, man. Like, look at that. That's just... It looks so good. It looks like real life, man. Look at that. Real life right there. So we'll take it from real life all the way up to the front. It just looks so good, the detail. Like the cuts in the like the wrinkles in the cape. Does that not look real? Isn't that crazy? Like, so yeah, the graphics, even the lighting on these collectibles looks so good. Let's take a look at the pink one's kind of got this Batman black and white. The color is like so white on his face. All right, we'll back out of that. There. How much for that logo, you mean? That logo right there? What you mean? What you mean? The VV Rumble? You know, I've been posting up everybody's stuff here on the VVR show, the Twitter account. That's one of the accounts I run. Just pop on over to the VV show. Yeah, so we've been showcasing a lot of the submissions here on the channel. Mr. Falcon posted a cool one for the VV Rumble. We definitely need to go to the hashtag, so I haven't participated, but I've been trying to, you know, support people here on the VV Art Show Twitter account. So yeah, if you didn't know, like we did an original VV Art Show early. It was like last year at the beginning of the year. It was like the first community ran event, and the ecomi team participated as well. They supplied a few of the collectibles to some of the winners. So if you're new to the community, you didn't know that, now you do. It was the first VV Art Show, and yeah, we used like I plan to grow this out, but it's been a while, to be honest. I was gonna run more art shows and things like that, but the team, I'm like the only person on the team basically. So that's how that is. That's how that rolls, you know what I mean? My Samsung Galaxy Tab 7 Plus looks so much better than my Pixel. Think better phones make the collectibles look better. Yeah, it makes everything look so good. Like, I don't know. It just, the app runs way better. Like, that Tin Man just couldn't keep up. Like, even just scrolling like through this on my collectibles, like, look how fast that is. Like, my iPhone 10 was glitchy. It was like, that. And it just loaded everything so slow. So it was definitely time for an upgrade. So now it's like the same exact software, so it's not like the iOS is like life changing. There's a couple new features and things like that, but it's all worth it just on the speed of this. Like, it's just crazy. OBL, yo, what's going on? Orange Back Lady in the house. OG, what up, dude? Congratulations on the new vocation. Yes, you gotta get on the VV Rumble too. Hey, maybe we'll build something maybe tonight and post it up tomorrow, something like that. I will be watching the new Star Wars tonight though too, so I'm super pumped about that. I believe it's out. My wife said it was out. I've been watching for it. I thought it came out yesterday, but I don't know. Either way, I'll be watching that. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I appreciate that, by the way. Yeah, I'm super excited about the new job. We'll be adding, well, yeah, definitely. If you're, like I said, if you're a content creator, you gotta send me a DM. You gotta get my DMs. Any advice on the starting a new YouTube channel, growing channel? I'd like to get started. You're an OG pro. Hey, I appreciate that. I had an old school video on like how to become VV famous back in the day. Maybe it's time to remake it. I'll just tell you how it is right now, though. Like, it's always good to find your own like little corner like in a community. So like, for instance, you look at some of the comic guys, they knew, I mean, obviously with the VV app, they knew that there are going to be comics on the app, so they created that little space for themselves over there, and they're experts at that. That's why they've grown so quickly. So yeah, like pick something you're really great at and stick with that. Find your corner in a community, whether it's Veve or Web3 or whatever you want to do. Maybe you're like the metaverse guy of the Veve community or whatever, right? I think you can really grow fast, a lot quicker that way, when you can kind of identify what you're passionate about. For me, I feel like I'm the macro guy of Veve. Like I just cover like the macro stuff, and I talk a lot about. Sometimes I have like a lot of alpha on the channel. I was like one of the original alpha guys, and I was like leaking, like covering all of the quote unquote leaks or like all the stuff like that. Eventually, Cavell like overtook me because he was putting out like 15 videos per day. Jokingly, he was still putting out a lot of content. And he put out a lot of like good stuff too, and that's how me and Cavell kind of grew quickly there, is just covering a lot of like the speculation videos in the beginning, and then my channel's kind of transformed to gaming, macro type of stuff, and covering a little bit about the OMI token charts. I've always been a stock trader and an investor, so I do like to cover that stuff as well. You just got to find what you're good at. Like Taps Trades does a lot of the like roadmap updates. I used to actually do a lot of that a long time ago on my channel before I quit YouTube and came back. I covered a lot of like roadmaps on projects and a lot of their white papers. And that's kind of what Taps does, right? He's like the roadmap guy / he likes to do some drop streams occasionally as well. So yeah, you just got to find what you're good at. Apparently, like people love certain topics as well, so you just find what people love, and you can just kind of keep hitting that same nail on the head and grow pretty quickly that way. Now I'm kind of in the game though. I came back to YouTube to do what I love. Like I didn't come back to be the biggest Veve YouTuber in the space. I knew that people were going to outgrow my channel one day. I knew that there's going to be a couple of people that were just going to outpace me, because they could create content every day much quicker due to my situation being a husband and a father and having a day job. And so I knew that I was going to get outgrown, or there's going to be like a YouTuber like an Andre Jick that covered Veve, or maybe somebody out there that had already had a big channel that would cover Veve. So for me, it wasn't always about being one of the biggest or greatest or anything like that. It was just doing what I loved, and so I think that's really important for like the longevity, and in your mental health is the most important thing. So the minute you start doing content you don't love, it's hard to stay passionate about it, and it's hard to grow a channel that way. So find what you love and just go after it. But you also want to approach it in a strategic way too. You want to find that nice corner of the community that you're really great at. Like for instance, OBL, she does the Twitter Spaces, Chatty Tuesdays, and even was doing a lot of the content. I believe he did the Women in Veve content, and of course had a lot of people on your channel as well. So like to this day, like OBL is really known for that, and I think just finding that nice corner of the community and going with that makes you genuine and original as well. So yeah, 10K party for you coming soon. Hey, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be so cool. I can't wait for 10K, man. It's been a long time coming. We've had a couple of people a couple of people talk about that 10K coming soon. I'm excited for it. I don't know what I'll do for it. I know maybe I'll give like a HRO pack away or something. I got a few around here. I got one back there and like 3 over there. I would give away Veve collectibles, but transfer's disabled, so I haven't been able to do my giveaways anymore. I'm excited to get back to those, especially on Twitter. But I'm excited for 10K. It's close. I need like 60 or so people to sub to the channel, and we'd be golden. Agree. Do what you love. Yeah. Do what you love and love what you do. All right, cool. Well, I think that we can call it good on the stream. I think we've been streaming for a little bit here. Much appreciated everybody tuning in. We had a lot of OGs here in the chat. It's great to get back up to date with everybody in the chat here in the community, and just kind of just chat, hang out, and chill. I gotta bounce. I gotta go watch Star Wars. I gotta go hang out and obviously work as well. I still got a lot to catch up on that. Just had a super late last night, so still recovering from a late last night. But yeah. All right, fam. Well, I'll see you guys in the next stream, in the next video. Be like an NFT, be authentic, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.